Hi, I'm Crystal. I'm the creator and manager of Studio Northwest, a photo and video rental studio in Portland, Oregon. The tips and techniques in this video are going to show you how to properly set up the papers and put them away, as well as how not to damage them and prolong their use. Some of the seamless papers are mounted on the wall, and it has a pull chain that's really easy to help you lift the papers up and down. What's more tricky is when you're using the portable backdrop stand and you have to pull them down yourself. Often I work alone in the studio, so I don't have an extra set of hands. I'm going to show you how to pull the papers up and take them down. The first thing you need is a clip, and that's to clip it off when you're done pulling it down. The other thing is this ladder. Also, when you're setting up the stand, it's important to note that these legs are facing inwards on both sides. This will help with the weight distribution so that the stand does not fall over. The other three items that are really important for your setup that you want to grab out of the rolling cart is going to be a small sandbag, the backdrop cloth, and a blue roll of painter's tape. You're going to gently let the papers go down to the floor, and you want it to start curling. This is going to be helpful because you want to get as much paper as you're going to pull forward. Slowly, and if it starts to bend, just put your clip in, race down and shake it out. And I'm going to show you that you just want to keep pulling it forward because you do not want to get wrinkles in this paper. So you just want to pull it forward, and then you want to go back to gently curling it. At this point, I like to clip it, and I'm going to get a sandbag. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it forward and create this nice slant so that I can add a little bit more paper. Now you can gently pull the paper forward, and you have this extra to pull down and to hold. As you can see, we still have to tape the corners, but this helps to at least stabilize that first initial pull out. So as I was pulling down the papers, you can see there's a sharper angle right now. We are going to pull the paper forward to create a really nice S-curve. And that's actually where the word seamless comes from. It's meant to create a seamless look, so an even color tone, an even sense of light behind your subject. So we're going to pull the paper forward. And make sure that it's even on both sides. And you have this nice curve. So these papers are very delicate, which is why we don't put tape directly on the paper, because it would just tear them. Instead, I've created a clear plastic coating with tape on along the front edge and in a large part of the corner. This allows painter's tape to be repeatedly laid down on the corners and peeled back off without tearing the papers. So the next thing I want to talk about is whether you're going to be shooting just a headshot or whether you're going to be doing a full body picture. If I'm just going to be shooting someone's head, I'm not going to pull these papers all the way down and tack them on the floor. There's no need to have someone stepping on the papers, and you can keep it just rolled down at the bottom of the floor. If I am going to be shooting someone and I know I might be doing mid-height, meaning they'll be sitting in a chair, and there's a possibility that the angle of the camera will include that low seam line, then I'll pull the paper out forward and I'll lay this drop cloth on the paper. I also lay this drop cloth down at the beginning of a session when I'm just shooting someone's face, and then I pull the cloth out when I go to the feet. This way, we're preserving these papers much longer, and we won't have all those markings from people stepping all over them. Thank you for learning with me in this tutorial. I hope these tips are helpful for you for your next photo or video shoot, and I want to thank you for helping to maintain these papers for all of our renter community to share.